G'day everybody, Simon here, Explosive Action. I'm in my little man cave and decided to do a few little videos on the collection. If you can hear that, that's this cat at my foot that won't stop crying for attention. Yeah. So anyway, I thought I'd just do an updated walkthrough video first. This is the poster on the wall here for Last Hunter. It's a German poster which I received from a friend of mine. Really great artwork on that. The Future Cop poster, better known everywhere else in the world as Trances. Three of my favourite Laserdisc artworks, Dawn of the Dead, The Blob and Fire in the Sky. Evil Speak, one of my favourite poster artworks. Will you just stop crying? Dawn of the Dead, it's a reprint, but it's a classic piece of art. Love that one. Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, and The Gates of Hell in the Corner, City of the Living Dead. There's also the little vertical rotor poster over there. Terrible, terrible sci-fi film, but the poster fits quite well. And I've got a couple others, like my Nightmare on Elm Street daybill poster, which I have got no room at the moment to hang. But I do wish to do that sometime soon. So quickly around here as well, in this sort of workbench area with a cat on it, above it I keep the CBS Fox and Fox videotapes, which you can see here. Mostly in original boxes, some aren't. Lots of great films here. Fox tapes, starting halfway, some Medusas. Oh, you stop crying. Stop crying at me. Anyway. So on the back here, I've just got some of the overflow DVDs, mainly the box sets of TV series, Stargate, X-Files. Over this side here is where the comedy and TV series go. Most of the TV series are comedy as well, so it's pretty much a comedy shelf, which is cool. And it's also the stuff my wife likes to get to easy, so it's good to have that near the door. Okay, this is the action and sci-fi wall. So I've got a couple of tapes and figurines there. Got Ash and Jason just sort of minding the post, and a few tapes that are carefully positioned here. The Freddy's Dead fold out tape, The Gates of Hell, and the Brain Dead tape I got recently. So all the action DVDs are here. Do some compilations at the top, and then a few series, so like Beverly Hills Cop 1 through 3, that kind of thing is what I mean by series. The Kickboxer series. And then I move on to doing specific action stars, so Van Damme and Seagal, Schwarzenegger, Dolph Lundgren, and I just keep going and going to the B-grade stars. Bit of Michael Dudikoff in there, bit of Jeff Wincott. Gotta love Jeff Wincott. It just keeps going as well, and then we sort of just get to an A to Z of the rest of action films. And I try and make use of the most space I can, so we'll get some horizontal DVDs. Try and pair them up, so Martial Law 1 and 2, Maniac Cop 2 and 3, that kind of thing. A few box sets you can see there. This is the Steven Seagal TV series True Justice. We're the only country so far to have a box set, and it's quite a good series. Robocop 1, 2 and 3. This is the sci-fi shelf here. We start off with Star Trek films, and then it's just sort of an A to Z of sci-fi and fantasy mixed together. A couple of TV box sets on the side there that don't fit elsewhere, and down the bottom here is pretty much where the sort of catch-all drama thriller type stuff goes. Laserdiscs here, quite a decent little selection of laserdiscs. I never get to add too many. They're pretty hard to get in Australia that aren't just the same generic Hollywood ones. You've got to jump online overseas to get anything interesting. We've started on the tapes here, which up the top here I've got some of my Virgin tapes and my 2 play around videotapes up there. So we've got some great stuff. I'll pull out a couple as we go. Got 976 Evil on the end, which is a longer cut than the DVD. Berserker. Got a few CICs on the side here, smaller ones, The Keep, Death Valley, Sentinel. A few signed ones here, the original Boogeyman, X-Ray, and my very, very old tape of Prophecy, which was made in 1979, I think, one of the oldest tapes I've got. And then it's this is all double stacked. It's all quite random, really. So I have to get behind there to get to more tapes. That's the level I'm at now, double stacking. No real rhyme or reason to anything here. I try and match some labels when I can. So THG tapes there. A few Columbia TriStars. Nothing too amazing. Those Laserdiscs again. Magazines. Quite a lot of Rue Morgues. And Is It Uncut? I've only got a few of those. And then a whole bunch of Fangorias in that pile. A few of my horror books. This little shelf here is pretty much my Doctor Who shrine. Big fan of Doctor Who. And it's all DVDs and tapes there. This is the main collection of VHS. So we've got the K-Tels here. Some great titles. Yeah, and this happens when you stick them together. I'm sure lots of people are familiar with this. Oh dear, I really can't be bothered getting that apart now. So the K-Tels, Vestrons, Future Hunters, gotta love that one. Up the back here we've got some RCAs. Great tape of Thunder. Great little Italian action film, that. Got my showcase videos there. Awesome condition edition of Cobra Mission. A few other things up the back there. Very hard to see in this light. My pretty decent sized collection of prestige videos. One of the earliest labels in Australia, and very hard to get some of them. My only Starbase, a pretty average condition contamination. Seems to be a lot of love for Starbase videos at the moment on eBay, fetching hundreds of dollars. Some 7K. You can see some awesome tapes here. Rituals. Blood Sisters, and a few medias there. Got Demonoid, Raw Force on Video Classics Gold there, and my few Video Classics. This is the couch where I sit and watch the old CRT TV, which is probably the best way to watch tapes and laserdiscs I've found. Gives a really good picture. It's a Sony Trinitron, Panasonic VCR, 6-head, and the Pioneer Laserdisc DVD player. Before I continue on that way, I've missed one of the major walls. This is the Roadshow wall. It's also double stacked, where I've put the most appealing condition tapes at the front. So we start with the older Roadshows, then the middle released ones with the pictures on the bottom. Then we continue on to Palace, a sub-label of Roadshow, and the newer Palace films from there. Handful of Palace Academies. Will you stop being a little prick? Then stop crying. Premieres, newer roadshows, applause video. These are all sub-labels of roadshow, and the newer roadshows up the top there. So that's the main collection of tapes there. Moving on down here, we've got all the Shameless DVDs, Arrow DVDs, and my growing collection of the Roger Corman classics, which are fantastic Hong Kong legends, martial art films, with Eastern Eye, DVDs below that. That's where they all go. Some of my show-off collections here, which I will take you through. My Planet of the Apes giant book Blu-ray set has all the films. Still shrink-wrapped. I've got my Grindhouse Australian release Blu-ray set. The Basement with VHS and DVD. Things in a giant oversized box. Burning Moon, which I recently showed. They're on the same label on Intervision. Very hard to get now. The House of the Devil on VHS. The empty box for my Patrick t-shirt, which came in a VHS box. Very cool. The Sleeper, which I'm sure a lot of you know. That's the special edition. And my only two hard boxes of Red Rings of Fear and Shocking Heavy Metal, better known as Blood Tracks. This is why you're all here. This is the horror wall, with some box sets and Blu-rays at the top. Now, we start off in the corner here with the Steelbooks and a few of the sets. The Arrow Blu-rays are there. And something I've had to do recently is add these little tags. And that's for the benefit of my wife, who says she can't find anything in here. So I'll put in some tags. And it also helps me know when things start and end. Because I've got no space to leave. I have to just start and end back to back. So the horror Blu-rays are at the front there. Then we move on to the sci-fi Blu-rays. I've split it out into fantasy because I did have enough to do so. A few crime thriller Blu-rays, and then we start the action series where I've again started with the stars. So there's the Schwarzeneggers, the Stallones, Seagals, Van Damme, Lundgren, Willis, Statham, and then on to general action A to Z at the end, with some comedy and a couple of animations. So that's my Blu-rays. Below that, it's pretty much all horror and exploitation. We start off with the labels. So these are all the umbrellas. Best label in Australia. I'll put a few 3s and 2s above it just to fill in the spaces. They're the camp horror pictures. Anchor Bays. It's some of the rare Lucio Fulci and the Suspiria 3-disc set there, early Anchor Bay releases. Same here with the Argento set 1 and 3, Inferno, Phenomena, Tenebrae and Deep Red. Number 2 was Demons 1 and 2, I never got that. Blue Undergrounds. On to Shriek Show. Up here I put the 3 AWE releases of the Ittenbach Gore films, Burning Moon, Black Past and Prometheus. These are really cool as they have the first German audio and English subtitle releases so far. Awesome cover on Black Past and Burning Moon. Same as the VHS I just showed. So that's the Shriek shows. We move on to my Raros, which is an Italian label. I've got mainly some giallo and crime films there. Insomnia, Australian sub-label, and Asylum, another sub-label of Madman Entertainment. Synapse, don't have many Synapse. My growing Code Reds, got quite a few of those. Mondo Macabro, awesome releases they put out. My Man-Eater Sci-Fi Channel monster movies, great little 3-packs. The current series of After Dark films, which were not too bad this year, After Dark Originals, and I managed to pick this up cheap recently, the After Dark Series 1. And then we move on to the horror series runs, so when movies go together. That's why you'll see Basket Case 1, 2 and 3 there, the Blood Rains, Candymans, etc, etc. Quite a lot in the series. And then we start the horror A to Z. I didn't decide to split things out into slashes or ghost films or anything like that. So many films cross over, and I don't know, I didn't really feel the need to do so. So the horror A to Z is pretty all-encompassing. And then down the bottom here is where the classics go. Classic horrors, so your Universal Monster movies, Vincent Price movies, and this is all Hitchcock. Okay, lastly, we've got my Japanese VHS, which I love. These are sorted by label. So Toshiba's at the top, Columbia's, quite a lot of Columbia's, CRC, Victor, and then down to just the individual releases. Oh yeah, some DVDs at the bottom here which you won't be able to see very well are pretty much where I put all the monster films, and most of those end up being sci-fi or Asylum. So we're talking the Boa vs. Pythons and the Lake Placids and that kind of stuff in there, so seems to make sense to put those together. And lastly, the box sets at the top. The Texas Chainsaw tin, the Universal set with the 3 busts, my only 2 Anchor Bay tins, which aren't in the best condition anymore. I've had them so long and I didn't treat them very well, so they're a little bit damaged. The giant pinhead there that talks, and then just the box sets. I wasn't lucky enough to get the edition with the cross. This was the legal version. The cross one was banned. Probably one of my favourite sets because it's impossible to get. Death Wish 5 movies in widescreen. My new Hanzo the Razor next to the Lone Wolf and Cub. Battle Royale. The new Kubrick set. And some more Blu-ray box sets there on the end. Okay. Well, that's not bad for 18 minutes. That's the quick overview. I will focus on certain sections, I think. If there's anything in particular you would like to see in more detail, do let me know in the comments below. Alright, thanks for watching guys. See you next time.